You have walked a path full of misunderstandings and ridicule. At times, it seemed as if the world could not bear the truths you carried within you. But now, those who once mocked you find themselves at your feet, seeking the wisdom they once rejected. How ironic that those who once laughed scornfully now nod in reverence. This is the path of those who are ahead of their time. It is not an easy path, but it is a necessary one. And you, dear listener, are living proof of its quiet strength. People did not reject you because you were wrong, but because your truth frightened them. It threatened the comfortable illusions they had built around their lives. Fear often hides behind laughter or dismissive comments. They did not mock you because they saw flaws in your insights, but because they feared the change you represented. And when the wave of reality crashed over them, when the truths you spoke could no longer be ignored, regret spread in their hearts. They did not reject you, they rejected the discomfort of facing their own illusions. Your quiet confidence has always been your strength. While others sought attention and talked over one another to be heard, you stood in calm certainty. This silence unsettled them. It made them question themselves in ways they were not ready for. They mistook your calm demeanor for indifference and overlooked the power that lies in your composure. Over time, they realized that silence can be louder than words and that stillness amid chaos is a strength only the wise possess. Is it not ironic how those who once dismissed your knowledge now seek it? They come to you now, humbled by the realization that what they mocked was exactly what they needed. Yet their ego, their pride, often prevents them from openly admitting they were wrong. They ask their questions in roundabout ways, but you see it. You see through their hesitation. You understand that their path to truth is still unfolding, and you meet them with grace, even when they do not deserve it. Foresight is a gift, but also a burden. Seeing what others cannot often means walking alone. You have witnessed illusions crumble, lies dissolve, and truths emerge that others were not ready for. It is isolating. Their ridicule was never about you, it was about their own discomfort. It is easier to laugh at what they do not understand than to admit they might be wrong. But their laughter was never a reflection of your flaws. It was a reflection of their fear. While they played checkers, you played chess. They sought quick wins, easy solutions, and superficial successes, while you planned for the long game. Your strategy, based on patience and wisdom, always outmatched their impulsiveness. In the end, your quiet moves led to a checkmate they never saw coming. Their short-sightedness was their downfall, while your foresight became your triumph. But this triumph did not come without a price. Knowing too much, too soon, weighs heavily on the soul. You watched as they stumbled into mistakes you could have spared them from. But they did not want your guidance. Their ignorance deepened your sense of isolation, and even though you tried to help, their pride built walls you could not break down. Their ego was always the enemy, not you. Their pride made them blind to your wisdom and resistant to change. Admitting that you were right would have meant confronting their own weaknesses, a fear many were not willing to face. So they resisted. They denied. But the ego is fragile and eventually collapses under the weight of inevitable truth. When the illusion of their superiority shattered, they were left with the bitter taste of realization. They mistook your patience for weakness, your quiet strength for passivity. In their arrogance and self-deception, they underestimated you. But now, they see the truth. You were always steps ahead. And while their arrogance made them vulnerable, your humility made you unstoppable. Satisfaction is bittersweet. At first, there is a fleeting sense of fulfillment in being right, but it quickly fades as the deeper implications become clear. The validation you receive does not erase the frustrations, doubts, and sacrifices you endured along the way. Instead of joy, you feel a quiet, reflective acknowledgement of the journey, the trials that tested your patience and determination. Every decision to stay true to yourself, even when others doubted or dismissed you, came at a cost. Being right highlights the missed opportunities, not just for those who ignored the truth but for yourself as well. You had to fight through the obstacles their ignorance placed in your path, delaying progress that could have come sooner. The price was not only theirs to pay, it weighed on your growth, your time, and your inner peace. Yet you carried this burden without bitterness, but with grace, knowing that every step was necessary for a greater purpose. The burden of truth is heavy and often isolating. It requires a level of strength not everyone possesses. While others turned away, you kept moving forward, even when the path was unclear. Satisfaction may bring closure, but rarely triumph. Instead, it offers an opportunity to reflect on the resilience and strength you demonstrated throughout the process. At the root of their rejection was fear, not malice. Fear is a powerful force, often blinder than open hostility. They did not reject you as a person, they rejected what you represented, a mirror of their own insecurities and a challenge to their established beliefs. You were living proof that change is possible, that their illusions of comfort and security were just that, illusions. Your presence disrupted the balance they clung to. It forced them to consider truths they were not ready for, truths that would have compelled them to reevaluate their lives and decisions. This confrontation with reality can be terrifying, especially when someone's identity is tied to the lies they have told themselves. So they resisted, not out of malice, but as a defense mechanism, hoping that by rejecting you, they could silence the uncomfortable truths you embodied. But truth is patient. It does not push, it does not force. It waits for the right moment to emerge, knowing that it cannot be suppressed forever. No matter how fiercely they tried to escape it, the truth remained, slowly dissolving their illusions. And when it finally surfaced, it was undeniable, tearing down the comfortable lies they had relied on. They never understood what truth costs. To them, truth was an abstract concept, something to theorize about or dismiss when it became inconvenient. They did not grasp the emotional and psychological burden it places on those who carry it. For you, truth was not just an idea, it was a calling, a responsibility you could not ignore, even when it hurt. Carrying truths that others were not ready for was not just lonely, it was painful. It left emotional scars, a constant reminder of the weight you bore for the sake of integrity. These scars are invisible to the world, yet they run deep. While they chose ignorance and denial, you chose the harder path, the path of authenticity, which often meant walking alone. They were not prepared for the weight of reality, but you carried it anyway. You bore the burden not because you wanted to, but because you had to. It was never about proving a point, it was about staying true to yourself and the values that mattered to you. Even when they dismissed you, you remained steadfast, knowing that the weight of truth is a price worth paying. Now, they can no longer overlook the truth. The comfortable illusions they once clung to have shattered, exposing them to the reality they had avoided for so long. They have lost the shelter of ignorance, along with the false security it provided. Every missed opportunity and every ignored warning is now painfully clear, and they must face the consequences of their denial. For you, this moment is not about satisfaction, it is about endurance. While they struggle to adjust to their new reality, you have already moved forward. The strength you developed throughout your journey has carried you beyond the limits of their understanding. Your unwavering commitment to truth has become a source of inspiration, a guiding light for those who are ready to see. Your strength is no longer just your own. It has become a beacon for others seeking clarity and direction. While they wrestle with their awakening, you continue on your path, stronger and more focused than ever. The truth that once burdened you has become your greatest ally, empowering you to live authentically and inspire others to do the same. This is not about triumph or revenge. It is about peace. The peace of knowing that you were always on the right path, even when others doubted you. It is about embracing the journey of growth and truth, no matter how lonely or challenging it may be. And as you move forward, remember that your strength lies in your quiet determination and unwavering commitment to truth. If these words resonate with you, write 777 in the comments. Let it be a sign of your alignment with this journey, a mark of your commitment to truth and growth. Subscribe to this channel if you are ready to explore deeper insights and wisdom. You are not alone on this path. Together, we move forward.